the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I had the mics on. Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network, show number 332 for Thursday, May 23rd. It's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and X from the Dominator Race Product Studio. Tonight on the show, we will be speaking with 305 sprint racer Bryan Sebetto. We were going to have Angola Motor Speedway on.
Again?
What do you mean again?
Didn't they stand us up once? No, that was the other way.
Yeah, that was the other way. Yeah. No, they politely declined. They're too busy, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't want the
want any
publicity.
more listeners or viewers or fans.
So they politely declined. That's their choice. That's cool. So we'll be speaking to Bryan Sebetto. He's been on quite a run recently.
He has.
2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, a week and a half ago at Fremont, he made that last lap pass.
Right.
Stole the win. I think there we go. And this past weekend swept both Attica and Fremont with the GLSS 360s versus the 305s. So
right.
We'll be talking to him on his streak. And we had him on last year, just about a year ago, and he's just racing for fun. And I'm sure he's probably having some
Winning
fun now.
is fun. It's always fun.
Hashtag DCR, put that in the wait before you do, because it's a little different this week for the next.
No, it's a whole lot different this week.
For the next 3 weeks. DCR
2 weeks plus tonight.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're going to be giving away, we've been talking about this Hammer Down racing game that's coming out this fall. DCR Graphics is designing some of the cars that are going to be used in that game. He can create custom designs for these cars for you and for $20. But he's going to give one away tonight, next week, and the following week. And we'll draw that winner. All you have to do is put hashtag DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, and you'll be entered to win that. But you can only win once. You only get one, and it'll be a late model or a mod.
And if you're not going to use it, if you're not into iRacing, please don't enter, because
let somebody else who wants to play this.
Do it.
Like Ron probably won't enter because I don't see him playing video games. When was the last time? Have you ever played a video game?
Kong.
You mean Pong?
Huh?
Never mind.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep.
Also coming up a little bit later, we will be giving away some Big D's Pizza with How Many. So stick around for all that. Got to mention, once again, DCR Graphics, your vinyl racing graphics provider. They do full wraps, partial wraps, number decals, sponsor decals, decals just about any kind. Currently, like we just mentioned, they have that special going for $20. You'll get your very own late model or modified, designed by DCR Graphics for that Hammer Down racing video game that's coming out this fall. Computer game. I guess it's not really video. It's a computer game. Right. And we did have some questions last week about online. If it was an online game, it is online and offline.
Okay.
So it's both, like most racing games are anymore. But he'll design a custom late model for you or a mod. You don't have to have your own race car. He'll, talk to him, tell him what you want, and he'll put it together for you, $20, and you'll be in the game. You can race against your own car, or you can race in your car.
Yeah,
pretty cool stuff. He's still that's still going on for at least another month or so. So if you need that or other graphics, give him a call, 419-308-9523. You can check him out on Facebook at DCR Graphics. And also he's your official supplier for the Hammer Down Racing Report stickers to put on your car to become part of the Hammer Down Army. I know I had some people come to me at the track on Saturday. I guess he's out of stickers, so there's like a backlog now of people waiting to get these stickers to get in the Hammer Down Army, including racer out at Sandusky has requested Dale come out there so he can get one because he wants to pay him with cash.
Okay.
So DCR, get out to Sandusky. Dominator Race Products has what you need to be in the winner's circle. Dominator with 30 years of experience to put you out front. Check out the plastic color match late model rear spoilers, the ultimate body panels, and hood scoops, radiator fan shrouds, hood pins, all kinds of stuff. Wheel covers. You can get them direct from Dominator Race Products at DominatorRaceProducts.com. You can call them, 419-923-6970. And you can also get Dominator Race Products from your local reputable race shops or websites, such as TireHardware.com. But although we only have the wheel covers.
Just the wheel covers.
Yeah. Spoilers don't really have much to do with.
And valve stems.
And, well, yeah, but that's not Dominator.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have Dominator valve stems. He could probably make some plastic ones, though, I'm guessing.
Probably, yeah.
Victory Fuel is a refreshing and natural hydration alternative that replenishes electrolytes packed with vitamins, providing a boost for athletes and individuals on the go. Victory Fuel is a perfect way to stay hydrated and energized throughout the day. Being free of added coloring, caffeine, carbonation, Victory Fuel is a great kid-friendly drink. Get yours today online at drinkvictory.com, and be sure to use discount code Domination or Conley Racing. Save 10% by doing that, and you help fuel their race program as well. It's also available in some stores. The local tracks have them. They're in Victory Lane at a lot of tracks, and I think it was Sunday. I was out working, I mowed my yard, and then I was working on the race car because I had all the issues. I was pulling the rear end out. That's right, to bring over to Ron Miller Race Cars to get that fixed. And I was so parched afterwards.
Took care of it?
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty good. I was really thirsty, and I didn't want just water. I wanted something with a little flavor. And
I'm not a
little throttle punch.
I'm not a straight water guy. It's got to be juiced up a little.
Also got to mention Dittman Motorsports, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, and Magic Moment Entertainment, also sponsors of the program. Before we get to Mr. Sebetto, let's go through some of the racing action that took place last weekend in and around the area.
Racing Roundup.
Attica, Friday night. Buddy Kofoid getting the win. Close to the finish there, stealing it away in the World of Outlaws. Bryan Sebetto, as we mentioned, picking up the win in the 305s there. Limaland on Friday night raining out. Oakshade finally getting their season kicked off on Saturday with Devin Shields picking up the late model feature win. Rusty Schlenk was dominating that.
Ran into some issues.
He did run into some issues, to say the least. Unfortunate for him. Colin Schilt picked up the win in the DCR Graphic Sportsman. Shane Stuckey was your Superstock A-Main winner, Dominator Superstock A-Main winner. Corey Gum, the Compact A-Main winner. Nick Fenner, driving a Dominator Superstock, picked up the win in the Superstock B-Main, and Nathan Goodman closed out the night with the Compact B-Main win. Fremont Speedway. Mentioned this earlier as well. Bryan Sebetto picking up the win in the 305s versus the Great Lakes Super Sprints 360s. Keith Sorg picking up the win in the dirt trucks versus the stocks, but from what I hear, it was versus the stock.
That was a really good race.
Was it?
Yep.
Did they just have the one stock car?
I think there were two there. One of them may had an issue, but yeah, there were two.
Gotcha. That count, total count, was for the how many?
Oh, yeah.
I was pretty close, too, for my guess on the total.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll talk about that later. Lorraine Raceway Park had some technical issues that forced the features from Saturday to Sunday. They finished things up on Sunday with Spencer Steinman picking up the win in the mods, Dan Smith, the Pure Stock winner, and Mike Basham picking up the win in the Crown Vics. Sandusky Speedway on Saturday night was Wayne Sweeney in the Pure Stocks, Bryant McCoy in the Renegades, Brandon Bailey picking up the win All-American Iron, and Annalie Martin in the Beginner Stocks, another new name.
Wasn't that a freebie show?
$1. Well, it was $1, but I think the first 200 or something.
Somebody sponsored.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on Sandusky, though. Sometimes first 200, some sponsor will pop up and pay for.
Hey, save a buck anytime you can.
Put that buck toward a hot dog or something. Fly Rock Speedway on Saturday night, Connor Zilch picking up the Dutch Boy 150 Arca Menard Series East win. Jeremy Vanderhoof picking up the win in the figure eights. Kyle Worley in the street stocks. Butler Motor Speedway on Saturday, Steve Irwin picking up the win in the Great Lakes Traditional Sprints. Bryce Lucius in the 410 sprints, the wing sprints, I should say. And Dylan Nussbaum picking up another modified win. Eldora Speedway, it was it fireworks night? Matt Lux picking up the win there in the USAC D2 Midwest Thunder Midgets. Drew Charlson in the UMP Mods. Rob Trent picking up the win in the Super Stocks. I talked to Craig Dittman earlier tonight. I asked him what happened with it because I didn't see anything. Right. But apparently he had a big lead in the A main, shredded a right rear tire down, and he was a little perplexed by what happened. But Rob Trent, though, picking up the win there. World of Outlaw Case Construction Equipment late model series action last Thursday. Chris Madden picking up the win at Raceway 7. Friday night at Bedford Speedway. That got rained out. Chris Madden back in victory lane after starting 22nd on Saturday night at Marion Center Raceway, and Bobby Pierce picking up the win Sunday at Path Valley Speedway. The Kubota High Limit Racing Series the last Thursday night at Outlaw Speedway is Brad Sweet. Friday night, Rico Abreu picking up the win at Utica Rome Speedway. And World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action, David Gravel picking up the win Saturday night at Sharon Speedway. NASCAR action, the trucks on Sunday. Well, they finished on Sunday because Saturday they had some issues with some rain.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one later.
But Corey Heim picking up the win at North Wilkesboro there. Apparently rain shower moved into the area on Saturday that turned into a downpour, dumped 5 inches in 90 minutes. The infield of the racetrack quickly became flooded, and not just like puddle flooded, but like deep flooded.
Like a pond.
Yeah, some portions of the infield were under several feet of water. It's speculated that a clogged drain caused the bulk of the flooding at the track. And this is a little tease of what. So maybe they were warm. They needed to cool off there. I'm guessing he's standing on pit wall there.
Pit wall.
Yeah, that's how deep. That's how deep that was. That's some crazy stuff. Cup Series action on Sunday. Joey Logano picked up the win. I wrote Lagana. I don't know. It just looks funny. Joey Logano picking up the win in the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro. Only real fireworks of the race came on the second lap when Kyle Busch sent Ricky Stenhouse Jr. into the wall. After Stenhouse tried to pass him on the first lap and upset Stenhouse, pulled his wrecked car down pit lane, parked it in Busch's pit stall, got out, climbed a ladder to yell at Busch's crew. Then afterwards, Stenhouse confronted Busch in the pits. And
is that what they call that?
And this is,
I thought he sucker punched him.
This is what happened. If we have any young children in the audience right now, earmuffs might be there. You might be able to overhear a few F-bombs, possibly. Just kind of turn it down until the video is over. But this is what happened after the race Sunday night.
I thought you said there was no fireworks.
No, that's the fireworks after the race. You hit the fence, then you hit me. Go back and watch it. Pow! Then it's on. And that guy in the gray, I guess that's Stenhouse's dad.
Yeah.
And there were, I guess he's been suspended. We'll have more on that when we get to news as far as the penalties and fines and everything else that resulted of this. Crowd liked it.
Get off this truck! Go! Get out of here! Get out of here!
There's a couple different camera views of that that are going around. There was somebody that's got to be a tire carrier that just threw a couple of people right out of the way.
Bring it! I don't give a fuck! I suck just as bad as you! Let's go!
He sucks just as bad as him. And that's pretty much it right there. So that's what happened at the end of that.
Yeah.
Finally, before we get to Bryan Sebetto here, Hammerdown Racing Army results from the weekend. Don't forget, if you are part of the Hammerdown Racing Army, to go to hammerdownracingreport.com. Click on the Hammerdown Army and scroll to the bottom of the page. There's a link there to submit your results. That way I don't have to hunt all over to find everybody. So there were some people that did not submit their results, but Karen Van Pelt did. She finished third the box stocks at Palmyra. Bolton Colton, also at Palmyra, finished second in his class in the go-karts. John Young finishing ninth in the B-main at Oakshade.
After
in the
sustaining a fair amount of body damage.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Kurt Dickey finished 16th in the Dominator Superstock A-main, and that guy, Scott Hammer, just did a couple laps and then pulled off
which was probably a good thing.
Finished 19th in the
It would have gotten a lot more expensive had you not. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Had a little bit of a leak under the rear end, so just wanted to get the start there. So that's it for your Hammer Down Army results. Now, let's bring in our guest of the week, Mr. Bryan Sebetto. He turns the camera. I saw the sky a minute ago.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. Can you guys hear me? I got my AirPod in. I don't know if it's working or not because I
Yeah.
hear sound coming out of my phone.
What?
No, you sound fine.
All right.
You're doing great, Bryan.
Let's do.
Thank you.
Let me get my camera here. Oh boy.
I
don't know what just happened. You can't say it all looks fine to you, but it won't let me drag. There we go. Now you're the big guy on the screen. Okay. Congratulations, man. You got a win streak going on here. I know we talked to you just about a year ago, and you said that you're kind of just doing this for the fun of it now, and I'm guessing these last couple weeks have been pretty fun, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's always fun when you're winning. And, we kind of got a late start to the year. We were waiting for our motor to get done. And, I think we've raced 5 or 6 races now. 6 races. We ran something like that, 5 or 6 races. But, been pretty fast right out of the box. And, I attribute it to we're just having fun. Kind of the same thing like we did last year. That's
actually one of the things I was going to ask, that you only had 3-point races at Attica and 2 out of the 3-point races at Fremont. I'm assuming you're not in it for the points this year, even though you are doing pretty well.
No, that's what makes it fun when you don't points race, and we can show up and race for wins instead of just settling for top 5s and points nights. It makes it a lot more fun when you can just show up. And I mean, truthfully, if we win, if we run 15th, we try to have just as much fun, just have as much fun with it. And then, that takes all the stress out of it, that the points, not points racing.
Let's talk about these 3 wins. The first of which came back a couple of weeks ago at Fremont. With that last lap pass, I was watching that on Dirt Vision. You kind of threw it in there, going into 3 in the final lap, bounced off a lap car, and made it work. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I thought I was just going to run second in that race. And, the way I remember it, I guess, was probably about 5 to go. I seen Jamie Miller was leading, and I seen he was kind of getting a little bit closer and a little bit closer. And, we were getting to lap traffic there, which was kind of holding him up. And I just kind of told myself, don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep driving as hard as you can. And, that's just what I did. Just one of them, you never give up. Don't settle. And just keep digging. And so that's what I was doing. I was just, the last 5 laps, I was just trying to really concentrate on hitting my marks and drive as absolutely hard as I possibly could. And he just got tight in 1 and 2 on the last lap there, and I nailed it perfect and got a run down the backstretch. And, I kind of poked under him going into 3, and I thought, man, if he goes back, he was running the bottom the whole race. And I thought, if he goes to the bottom, we're going to run second because I'm not going to drive through the side of him. And he kind of entered in the middle there. And so I just kind of held it to the floor, and I knew there was a lap car there, and I thought I could use him as a pick, or, when you race with Jamie.
Or 8 wheels corner better than 4.
Yeah. I mean, when you race with Jamie, you show him a no. He's good enough that, if you show him anything, he's good enough and smart enough that he can react to it very quickly. So that was my move. That was the one move I had, was driving that thing in there and, basically pulling a slide job on him. But there was a lap car there to stop me. So, it was just kind of, the lap car was just kind of wrong place, wrong time. I'm, looking back at it now, I'm glad nobody's equipment got tore up in that, and it worked out like it did. So, thankfully nobody's equipment got tore up for sure.
Now, do you think it would have stuck if the lap car wasn't there?
It would have been close, because I hauled that thing in there pretty hard.
And then
it definitely would have been close.
Then this past weekend, Friday night, you took the lead on lap number 3 and went on to get the 305 win there. A little bit easier, I guess, leading the last, 17 laps?
Yeah, we had a good starting spot there, and we're pretty good. My brother was kind of picking on me the next day. We were at my mom's retirement party, and he was like, "Man, I had made a comment in Victory Lane about it being a boring race," and and my brother was kind of giving me crap, and he said, "Oh, it must be nice. You just, it's just another boring race to you." And I was like, "No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it wasn't as exciting as last week when we won with the last lap pass. I didn't mean it was just a boring race by any means." But yeah, I mean, we took the lead early in that race at Attica there last week, and I was just kind of cruising around the top, and I could see that Brendan Torek was running the bottom, and I could see him every corner running down there on the bottom. I knew I was good enough just to keep him behind me, and I was just trying to make laps so that I knew the bottom was better. I was just trying to make laps on the top so that once I got to lap traffic, I knew I could go to the top if needed, and then kind of jump down to the bottom, which was the preferred line. And the cautions just kind of came out as needed. And I may have gotten into lap traffic in that a little bit at one time, and buzzed through it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it was a good race. Obviously came out with a win, so just wasn't as exciting as the last lap week before, I guess.
Bryan, how is it that a 305 can be actually faster than the 360s?
I think it's just racetrack conditions, less tire spin. I mean, I think there's nights at Fremont where the 305s are turning faster laps than the 410s come feature time. So it's just I think it's a tire spin thing.
Okay. So, do you prepare any different going into the this past Saturday's 360 versus the 305s at Fremont?
With a chip on my shoulder.
With a chip on your shoulder.
I mean, truthfully, you go into those races with something to prove, and that's just kind of how I've raced against the 360s quite a bit with the 305. And you kind of go in there with a chip on your shoulder, like you have something to prove. I've had pretty good success over the years racing against the 360s at Attica and Fremont with the 305. That was the second 360 race I've won with the 305 at Fremont. First one was way back in 2006. But I've had multiple top threes with my 305, racing with those guys. But it's kind of satisfying. It's one of those things. I was going to ask. It is, because when you win that, there was some very, very salty 360 guys there Saturday night after the race. That's for sure.
I should have talked to Barry Marlowe to see what he thought about a 305 beating his 360s. But it's all in fun, right?
I think Barry loved it, truthfully. Oh, yeah. Barry's a great guy. Every time I've raced with them guys, he's always down, it seems like, 4 or 5 times talking to me throughout the night. And, if the day comes that I ever get a 360, I would definitely support his series. He's, what he does for the cars that race with him, and, he gives out extra money to people, and I think he does a really good job of what he's doing and taking care of the cars that race with this series, whether they're supporting them every week or just a one-off deal.
So what is there anything that you attribute your recent success, these 3 wins in a row to? Is it this new motor, or what, you're just driving better, or what's going on?
He just doesn't care. The pressure's gone.
Yeah, I don't know about driving better. I've been doing this for almost 25 years now in sprint cars. But we had, great success the past 2 years, and we're still having success, but everything this year is new. We had a new chassis built this year by Brandon Reel with Reel's Custom Fab. uh, myself, Jamie Miller, and Brandon Reel's brother Logan, we're all on them right now. And obviously Jamie Miller's was and Blaine Keckler too. I'm sorry, Jamie's other car. We're all four of us are on them right now, and obviously Jamie's results prove that they're a really good race car. Jamie's won a bunch of races the past this year and last year. Um, but that new chassis is just it's just unbelievable how it reacts to changes that you make to it. And then Dennis Level and Guy Myers, my crew chief, works at Level Performance, but they built us a new motor over the winter, and that thing's really running strong. We changed our shock package up from a fellow we were using for the past 2 years. We went back to Doug Berryman here locally over in Fostoria. I think our shock package is night and day to what we had been running the last 2 years. So it's just kind of a group effort, between the chassis, the motor, the new shock package that we're running. I think it's just all clicking off really well.
How about the new track surface at both Attica and Fremont? Has that played into your success?
I don't know about played into my success, but I can tell you what John Boers and Rich Farmer, the investment that they put into that has made a huge impact on a lot of different aspects. I think I'm running the same. I've ran the same right rear tire almost all year this year, and it still looks like brand new.
Wow.
The tracks, both race tracks, Attica, we were, prior to this year, 305s are always the last feature out at Attica, and normally we would smoke off both rear tires, and every 2 or 3 races we'd smoke a right front off. And the money that not only myself but everybody really, the money that all the teams are saving in tires is it's huge, especially as expensive as these tires are now.
Yep.
So both racetracks have been multiple grooves every night. The racing has been excellent. You've seen winners come from multiple rows rather than just the first 2 rows. It's not only, like I said, not only has the racing been good, but it's been great for the racers too, with saving money on the cost of these tires.
What's interesting is that neither of those tracks are building huge cushions, but still there's a very viable top side.
Exactly. I mean, you're right. They build huge cushions, but there are cushions there that you can still lean on and run, but you can even, the bottom's been good too. I mean, that race I won at Attica last week, I was hammering around the cushion, and the Torok kid was running underneath me, running the bottom, and was just as fast as me. There were multiple times in the feature at Fremont on Saturday where I was rolling through the middle and passing cars on the top and the bottom. So, with the multiple grooves, puts on a better show for the fans, makes it more fun for the drivers. It's just not a follow the leader deal.
Yeah, when's the last time you saw Jamie Miller looking like Paul Weaver on the track?
I know, that's right. And Jamie's been really good on the bottom this year. And
he has.
Jamie never runs the bottom, but he's been very good. He's been very good running the bottom of the racetrack this year and winning races.
So when we talked to you last year, you said that pretty much you put the car in the trailer, and then race day is when you get it out and do whatever you need to do and go racing. Is that still the MO for this year?
Yep. That's how we keep it fun. I mean, for the 305 deal, if you do a decent job during the week, prepping your car, you can race 2 nights without messing with it. My dog just came out here. But yeah, I mean, when we won Friday at Attica, the one thing we always do after every night, no matter what, is we pop the hood, we pull the spark plugs, we oil the cylinders, roll the motor over, put the motor back, put plugs back in, put the motor back together. We do that every single night after the races. Guy Myers is huge on that, obviously, because he's a big motor guy. But other than that, after we won on Friday at Attica, we shoved it in the trailer, drug it home, drug it back over to Fremont, rolled it out of the trailer, put the wing on it, and went racing again. So, we don't, we'll do the nozzles every couple races. I was just talking to Guy earlier, and I think we ran 6 races this year. And I said, I think it might be time that we clean and service the torque ball, because we haven't done it since we built the car brand new over the winter. So we haven't done that yet. I think the bars just came out of it last week for the first time and got re-greased. So, not that I think maintenance is bad, because I don't. It's a good thing. But if you're at the shop every single night working on these things, it's just sometimes it takes the fun out of it. So, we do our bolt checks every night. When we roll out of the trailer on Saturday at Fremont, we'll go through and check all the bolts and, make sure nothing's going to fall off and stuff like that. But, yeah, that's just what we do. Weaver was kicking our ass, and we were looking at Weaver like, man, this dude never touches his race car, and he's kicking our ass. What are we doing wrong? We're, washing this thing on Saturn through the whole car, and we're getting our asses kicked, by someone that, just looks like he rolled it in the trailer the night before and rolled it back out. So we kind of adopted the same mindset, and it's been fun. And my car owner Kevin, bless his heart, he lives and breathes these race cars, and if it wasn't for him, my car probably wouldn't even get washed very often, truthfully, either. When we were keeping it up here at my house 2 years ago, our first year back, we'd get done racing on Saturday, I'd shove it in the trailer, and I'd roll it out on Friday the next week, spray it off, do a little maintenance, roll it back in the trailer, go racing again. So just trying to keep the fun in it, and not making it a job, I think has been, big on our success.
Is that now? Could you do that with a 410 and still be competitive?
I don't think so. No. Okay.
So are you?
The 410s require a lot more maintenance.
Gotcha. Are you having more fun then in the 305 than you did in the 410?
Yes. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. 410 or I'm sorry, 305s. You can do kind of the schedule like I do, and just kind of pick and choose and race whenever you want, and do a I don't want to say minimal maintenance, but do a laid back maintenance program, and still be competitive and show up and be a threat to win races. Where I think in the 410 deal, unless you're Craig Mintz, it's hard to just show up to 15 to 20 races a year and just roll out of the trailer and compete for wins. I don't know how Craig does it. That just shows how good he really is, that he can, run the schedule that he does and roll out. It doesn't matter if it's an outlaw race, what used to be, I guess, all-star races or anything like that. He can do that. I don't know that I could. But 410 racing is stressful. It's definitely not as fun as racing a 305, but I do definitely miss racing 410s.
Do you have anything lined up for Monday?
No, I don't.
Oh, darn.
I didn't even really try, truthfully. I guess my look at it is I'm not going to get in something unless it's something that I know is capable of winning, or a really good opportunity, what I call it. If it's not something that I know is capable of winning, I'm not going to waste my time. I don't want to get in something and look like an idiot and heck, I might get in a car that's capable of winning and look like an idiot. But I just I don't know. At this point right now, it no, and I really haven't been chasing any 410 rides. If something comes across my plate that is too good to turn down, I might consider it and do something. But I enjoy my time away from the racetrack as much as I enjoy my time at the racetrack. My wife deserves not to get drugged to the racetrack every Friday and Saturday. Um, my boys, I have a 7 and a 14, well, he's about to turn 14, 7 and 14-year-old. And my 14-year-old lives and breathes sprint car race and loves it. He'd go 5 nights a week. He'd go 7 nights a week if he could. My 7-year-old could care less. He'd rather be swimming in the pool or playing Roblox or something on his phone. I don't know, but he'd rather be doing other stuff or going camping. He really likes to go camping. So fortunately, I'm in a situation where I only have my boys every other weekend. So I try not to drag. I try to do one night a weekend that I have my boys, and while I cater to my older one because he gets to go racing all the time, I also want to keep, I don't want to drag my little guy to the racetrack every Friday and Saturday when he's here too, because I want him to enjoy his time with me and get to spend one-on-one time with them, because when I do take them to the racetrack, they're just kind of hanging at the trailer. I'm racing. I'm busy. I don't get to spend time with them. So, you can't really commit to a 410 deal with that kind of schedule. And I don't expect anybody I wouldn't expect a car owner to, put up with that, with the with the money that it costs to do a 410 deal.
Sure.
So, so what is your plans then for the rest of the year? Just kind of picking and choosing 305 shows at Attica, Fremont. Any other tracks you're going to hit?
Wayne County has 2 305 races. Waynesfield has a 305 race. We're planning on going to those. Planning on in August, Fremont has a steel block 410 non-wing race. Planning on doing that. I love racing non-wing. Don't really ever get the opportunity to do it very often. But so I'm planning on doing that. I'm not, if something comes along, an opportunity presents itself that I could hop in a 360 or a 410, I would love to. If it all worked out, that would be great. But yeah, that's kind of just my schedule is going to be kind of hitting and missing. Really don't have a whole lot of Attica races left on my schedule for this year. Quite a bit of Fremont. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Wayne County. I really like racing there. I'm really looking forward to Waynesfield. I was actually just looking over the GLSS schedule a couple days ago, trying to find out if there was any Michigan tracks that a 305 could be competitive at. I seen a couple nights, but one was Crystal, but it's on, my business is sponsoring a race night at Fremont. It's on the same night, so I kind of have to be there for that.
Yeah.
I was trying to look over their schedule to see if there was any races I could go up there. I think I found one, but I don't really know the racetrack, so I want to do some more research into that. See if it's something that I can be competitive at. So I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. What do you got lined up for this weekend? Anything? Are you taking the weekend off?
Just Saturday.
Just Saturday?
Just Saturday at Fremont. They got a double feature night.
Yep.
And I'll be honest with you, when I get there, I don't know that I'm going to sign in right away. And I might wait and see what the car counts look like and what the track looks like and see which division I enter into.
Ah.
Okay. So you might run with the 410s?
I don't know. We'll see what the track conditions and the car counts look like.
Interesting. And I guess you'd be, once you register, you're stuck for whatever class for both features then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a money thing. I mean, obviously the 410 pays better. We're not really in it for the money. We're in it for the fun. Because you're going to lose money no matter what division you're racing in. But I don't know, might just be kind of fun if there's a low car count. And
you just want the gratification of beating a 410 with your 305.
Yes, I do.
What are your thoughts? Do you think the Saturday car count might be up? Guys doing some test and tune for Monday?
I think it's going to be low. Just with the format that they're doing with the double feature thing, which, I actually talked with Farmer about this race over the winter, and we kind of, he called me for some ideas, and him and I we go back of 25, almost 30 years. I've known Farmer a long time. And, I'm one of the guys that he does call and kind of bounces ideas off of. And we kind of came up with this thing, a lot of different aspects of this race together. And, I seen when they posted it, guys kind of complaining that they're running more laps for the same money and, blah, blah, blah. I think it's kind of cool just to do something different. That's not the same old thing every night. So I don't know. Well, it's a toss up.
I've heard...
in reality, they're not running. I think 2 more laps because there are no heat races. You're qualifying and going straight into the feature.
You're right, but
so you've got 2 20-lap features. You're only running 40 laps.
That aren't smart enough to put that together. Think that you're running, you're right. You're racing. I'm racing 2 features and getting the same money. No, you're really not. You're going to run. I think you're going to run. The 410s are going to run the same amount of laps.
2 20-lap features.
Well, 2 20-lap features where normally they're an 8-lap heat race and a 30-lap feature. So they're running 2 extra laps. Now the 305s normally run a 25-lap feature with an 8-lap heat races, so the 305s would be running 8 extra laps. So it's like, ooh, big deal. 8 extra, who gives a shit, But, yeah, I don't know. For the racetrack, I hope they get 40 race cars, in both divisions. I hope they get a ton of race cars because I want to see cars supporting Fremont Speedway, and Attica for that matter. But I want to see cars supporting Fremont Speedway for the investment, not only in money but in time that Rich and Shelley have put into that place, and more than Rich and Shelley and Bryan Sebetto and everybody else on the whole staff. They've put so much time and so much effort and so much money into that place. I just hope that they, I hope they continue to get good car counts, and people supporting them.
Gotcha. Well, I got one last question for you before we let you go here. Mm-hmm. Any plans of retiring anytime soon? Have you entertained the thoughts? I guess you kind of came out of retirement to do the 305 deal, but
Scott, racers get out of bed one day and say,
okay.
I think this is it.
Are you thinking of possibly hanging up the helmet for an extended period of time a second time?
Can you start that over again? Because you started buffering and breaking up really bad at the beginning of that, so I didn't hear the first part of your question.
We'll make it short. Any thoughts about hanging up the helmet for good?
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. Okay. And if you did, you'd probably come back again anyways, right?
Probably.
Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to before we let you go here?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I want to thank my car owner, Kevin Schlachter, for putting this deal back together and letting me go out and have some fun. And Guy Myers, not only my crew chief, my motor, he owns the motor. And the guys, Chase Rotzinger that works on the race car with me. Sandusky Bay Remodeling, Level Performance, Real Custom Fab, RCF Chassis, Overwatch Precision, Fremont Auto Parts, Napa, CA Customs, Claykeim, Depot Pizza, JLH General Contractors, Commercial Glazing Systems, and 36 Motorsports. I think I got everybody there. BRS Racing Shocks. I'm sorry, forgot them. But yeah, although without all these people, supporting this crazy lifestyle of mine, I wouldn't get to go out and enjoy myself and have this fun every weekend.
Boy, Scott, when Bryan started off, I thought he really had a list. He did a really good job. And
he's been racing for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this a little while. So.
Well, we wish you best of luck in whichever class you decide to compete in on Saturday night there. Bring home the win, I guess. 2 wins.
I hope so. That would be great to keep the ball rolling.
Awesome, man. Good luck, and always great talking to you, Bryan.
All right, thanks, guys. Have
Thanks,
a good night.
Bryan.
We'll see you.
Bye.
There you go. Bryan Sebetto, 305 sprint car driver, having a lot of fun. Just doing it for the fun of it and doing it well, really. So, and then I keep dragging the screen, and I'm having problems with our video thing here. Coming up, we'll be giving away the Big D's pizza with how many. Also, the Hammer Down Racing computer game, custom car design, courtesy of DCR Graphics. That's what the hashtag DCRs for this week. We'll do that drawing at the end of the show.
Scott, I did catch one of our listeners put in hashtag VCR. He may want to correct that.
I missed that. DCR with a D.
Whoop, I think he just went past it.
Oh, yeah, right there. Jeff Wells put in DCR with a D, as in...
D as in dog.
Dale. We'll go with Dale.
Yeah.
Or D as in Dittman Motorsports, the official Hoosier Racing tire dealer for Northwest Ohio. Any kind of race car service, bodies, parts, whatever, you can call them today at 419-283-8580. Also, if you need a professional wedding DJ, Magic Moment Entertainment is currently booking weddings for this year, next year, and 2026. Ron Burt is the winner of many national awards for his work, including being inducted into the DJ and Wedding DJ Hall of Fames during his 30 years in business. He strives to make every wedding reception perfect. He works with couples from the day your contract signed until the last dance of the night. He doesn't charge for wedding ceremonies if they're held the same day in the same venue where he works. Your reception. Magic Moment Entertainment carries liability insurance, provides dance floor lighting at no cost to you. Never charges for miles. You know, if as long as you're in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, or Kentucky, you're good. There's no extra charges. That's a pretty long haul for some of those. During the month of May, we had that special going, and we're running out of time on this one. I've only had one race, and we both had mechanical issues.
Yeah, and you probably would have won had you not had that mechanical
Yes, I'm sure.
issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you smoked him in the heat race.
Well, yeah, but but anyways, if myself or Ron wins an A main, either this weekend or... Well, next weekend would have to be a Friday night, wouldn't it? Neither one of us racing Friday. So really, this is the last weekend.
That's it.
If we win an A main, you'll get $100 off the normal price if you booked it in the month of May. And if we both win the feature on Saturday night, then you'll get $200 off. Call Magic Moment today at 419-594-2261 or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook or Ohio Sports Blitz on Facebook. And finally, contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. Custom print magnets, can koozies, tumblers, other gift items. They got it all. They can put pretty much any of their photos on any of those items. They have all kinds of custom things. Great for gifts. It's great for your sponsors. You want to give a little back to the sponsors that are helping you out. And, of course, they also have photos. Those are still a thing. Printed photos. For $1.
And they're cool.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I used to think that was cool. I want photos. My mom wouldn't buy me any. She was real cheap, but don't tell her I said that.
Did you get free ones from Charlie when you were a kid?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I don't think... no, I guess I did go to Oakshade in the early 80s. Was Charlie around? That was a different Charlie back then.
Charlie was, but it wasn't... This
different
Charlie was
gotcha.
Different Charlie.
Yeah. Anyways, he's still doing the kids' nights at... Oakshade, where the first 50 kids get a free 4x6 photo courtesy of whatever sponsor. $50 to sponsor that. I think he probably has most of them booked, but he might be able to double book and give away 100 photos. And then your name or names will be mentioned on the PA there. So give Charlie a call, 419-407-6994. Freeze frame photos, special moments frozen in time. And forgot to cross that out. Got some racing news.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit of racing news to cover before we get to our giveaways. So let's bust that out. Oh, we do have a Hammer Down Hotline coming up as well. Yeah, I know you're excited about that one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Latest racing news.
So the first thing, I got a text from Barry Marlowe from GLSS, which I totally forgot about this until we mentioned his name when we were talking to
saw
Bryan
him last Saturday.
You saw him?
Oh, yeah. Of course I did. We were at the same racetrack.
Okay, so he says next Friday, May 31st.
A week from tomorrow.
May 30th. That'd be May 31st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the day I'm helping Jerry Keyser announce down at Limaland because he's going to be running his DTS, Dirt Track Truck Series truck, which is unfortunate because I didn't know this was happening until he texted me Tuesday of this week. They're running a stock car challenge show again at I-96 like they did last year. Yes! So local stock rules again. GLSS will be there with the IMCA modifieds. He's going to have some more details on this, I guess, a little bit later. So if you're looking for something to do next Friday and you're in the I-96 area, there you go. The stock challenge is back. Ooh. So Oakshade cars are legal there.
Right.
For that. I'll try to get more details for next week's show, but then you'll just have one day to turn things around.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put that on your radar in case you're interested.
I wonder where you could find the information on that.
You'd have
maybe
to
on I-96 website?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's doing the promoting or if I know they're doing their own thing now. I'm not...
Racers are creative.
I totally forgot about it. I was going to follow up with them, but
racers are creative. They'll figure it out.
We'll get some more details. If I see anything, we'll share it on our Facebook page and Twitter. Kaylee Bryson, guest on the show, a couple weeks ago?
Yep.
She became the first woman to win a USAC nationally sanctioned event in the 69-year history by winning the Silver Crown feature at Belleville High Banks on Saturday night. So congratulations to you, Kaylee. See, that was the being a guest on our show effect. It was a little delayed for her. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Picking up the win. Wasn't the next race. Maybe it was like a race or two down the road. She's going to get that win. That's the way that works.
Yeah.
So for Bryan this weekend, he may not win the first feature, but he should get the second one, right?
Yeah, but there's a big bonus for winning both of them.
Well, I'm not saying he can't win.
He needs to.
Scott McLaughlin led a Team Penske sweep of the front row of the Indianapolis 500 qualifying with a new track record Sunday around Indianapolis Motor Speedway. McLaughlin's 4-lap average of 234.22 miles per hour broke the mark set by reigning IndyCar champion Alex Palou last year at 234.217. Will Power qualified second, and reigning Indy 500 winner Joseph Newgarden was third as Team Penske swept the front row for the first time since 1988 when it did so with Rick Mears, Al Unser Sr., and Denny Sullivan. Power has been saying for months that a Team Penske car would win the pole. Alexander Rossi qualified fourth for Arrow McLaren. Rossi was followed by Kyle Larson, who qualified fifth for his Indianapolis 500 debut. He's the fifth driver to attempt to compete in both the Indy 500 and NASCAR's Coca-Cola 600 on the same day.
I wonder what the difference felt like
jumping from the IndyCar, going 234 to 130.
Yeah.
Probably about 100 miles an hour different.
I couldn't imagine, Scott.
He was up there. He finished like fourth, I think, in that.
Yeah.
In the All-Star race. So, longtime Texas Motor Speedway general manager Eddie Gossage, who retired in 2021, died on Thursday last week. He was 65 years old. Talked about the procedure at Fremont Speedway on Saturday night for the double down throwdown. They're having those double features. Here's what's going on. Each division will qualify in the same manner as they do weekly, with the top 18 cars being put directly into the feature. The remaining cars will go to a last chance race where 5 of them will go to the feature, and the highest driver in points who didn't transfer will also go to the feature, creating a 24-car starting field for each class. Feature 1 of the 18 cars who transfer from qualifying will be inverted with a double dice roll that can be as low as 2 or as high as 12. The remaining cars will line up as they qualified. Feature 2 will be lined up straight from the finish of Feature 1. Pay for each feature will be 50% of the weekly purse. Laps will be 20 and 20 for the 410s, 20 and 20 for the 305s, 15 and 15 for the trucks. Bonus pay for doubling down with a win is $1,000 for the 410s, $500 for the 305s, $500 for the trucks. That's winning both features, right?
Right.
And points will be show up only this weekend and will not count in the average points for future events.
And if you win your first feature, you're starting on the point of the second feature. So, you know,
you have a shot to get the double down.
The odds are pretty good
Yeah.
that somebody's going to be going home in one of those 3 classes.
So Ricky Stenhouse Jr., we showed you the punch in the little altercation earlier in the show. He was fined $75,000 by NASCAR on Wednesday for fighting with Kyle Busch.
So have at it, boys, is kind of thrown out.
Yeah. Stenhouse's father, who joined the fracas, was suspended indefinitely. Busch was not penalized for his action in the Sunday night race. The two tangled on the first lap, and, well, you saw what. If you didn't see what happened, Kyle Busch basically took out Stenhouse on lap 2 of the race, and that's why Stenhouse was kind of pissed.
I didn't think that there was anything intentional about it.
Yeah, well, about what? About Busch taking him out?
Yeah.
Well, it kind of looked pretty intentional.
Nah.
You don't think so?
It was just a race. It was the very first lap.
Stenhouse, it didn't look like it was an intentional thing. But
What?
Kyle Busch's retaliation, I think, was intentional.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Oh, okay. NASCAR on Wednesday also suspended Stenhouse mechanic Clint Myrick for 8 races and engine tuner Keith Matthews for 4 races. Stenhouse in the fight vowed to wreck Busch this Sunday during the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
That's something you just don't want to advertise.
No. Ricky Rudd, Carl Edwards, and Ralph Moody have been selected as members of the NASCAR Hall of Fame class of 2025. In addition, Dr. Dean Sicking was named as the recipient of the Landmark Award for Outstanding Contributions to NASCAR. Sicking is best known as the inventor of the Safer Steel and Foam Energy Reduction. Oh, I never realized that was an acronym.
What?
Safer.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that was an acronym. I just
Yeah.
thought it was a safer barrier. Apparently, that really is an acronym.
Yeah.
I'm learning it live on the show. Wow.
Well, they probably invented the name.
Again, steel and foam energy reduction. Safer barrier. An advancement that has saved countless lives over the past 20 years. The class of 2025 induction ceremony is set for Friday, February 7th of next year at the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte Convention Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. Safer. Steel and foam energy reduction. Huh.
Who'd have thought?
Who knew? Apparently everybody besides me. And finally, just a reminder, next week, planning on having that roundtable about the rising costs of late model racing. Is that kind of the main
dirt,
theme?
Yes.
Okay. Dirt late model racing, I should say. Ryan Markham has confirmed to join us. I believe Ryan Missler is going to be joining us. Chris Tilley of the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series is going to try and make it. He has some other meetings, not sure, but going to try and make it there. We're going to try and get some more officials and maybe some more drivers. Did you talk to Brian Rollman yet?
I have not talked to Brian, but unless he's off racing somewhere, I'll bet we can get him. He's got some really creative ideas, so
it'll be interesting.
Give him a good chance to pitch them.
Yeah. So, again, that's next week on the show, special edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report. Ron Miller Race Cars, Lambertville, Michigan. He's got race cars, parts, safety equipment, service trailer fabricating, timing of motors, rear end repair.
Yeah, but only after podcasts.
Okay, so we got to hurry up.
That's the way that works out.
Everything a racer needs, give him a call, 734-856-7223. And, of course, Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race this weekend is the 35th annual Barney Oldfield race featuring the American late model Ironman series. $5,000 to win. I believe it's the Summer Nationals payoff.
Right.
For that, so that's pretty big.
It's the Summer Nationals weekly payoff.
Weekly with the 5,000 to win shows.
Right.
Yeah, UMP Dirt Car Summer Nationals coming to town on July 13th to Oakshade. 1,000 to win Papa Boiler Spectaculars coming up in September. So, keep up to date. Everything racing every Saturday night through the end of September. OakshadeRaceway.com. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'll just stick with the website.
What? No Showdown Series information on that yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
I know he's didn't he say he's starting to work on it?
Yeah.
Haven't gotten any official dates yet.
He had that big race at the...
Was that this past weekend?
Yes, it was.
I forgot about that. I wanted to go to that.
The Bull Ring at Ottawa Lake.
Yes. All right, we have just a little bit of time to get in for the DCR video game custom car design. It's a $20 value for that. If you don't have a car, that's okay. He can design one. Or if you have a car you want it to look like, he can do that too. Dale's pretty talented that way.
Yeah.
And again, we'll be doing that this week, next week, and the week after. So we'll have 3 winners. If once you do win, you can win again. So, and please only enter if you're really interested in this and you play video games.
Chris Mize had an interesting comment there.
What did he say?
$75,000. Imagine that, talking about Stenhouse fine. Imagine what the fine will be if he
does take out Bush.
Yeah,
well, apparently probably nothing.
And again,
speaking of which,
just don't advertise that stuff.
We do have a Hammer Down hotline about that incident, but
you teased us earlier about
we
that.
We got a couple different things. First, we'll do the text that we got, which wasn't about that. This was actually came in last week during the show.
Okay,
where is it? Here it is. That was about the Victory Fuel, the grape flavor. Because you had mentioned Moby Grape. Apparently, that was a band in the 1960s from San Francisco. Bloop.
Yeah,
it's a big bloop. One hit wonder with Omaha. That was before my time, so no copyright infringements there. And his suggestion is a Gearhead Grape. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I'd take that. So that's text from the Hammer Down hotline. And we actually did get a call. If you want to call or text, feel free to do so anytime. We'll talk about it. 419-318-3081. 419-318-3081. Here is the call that we got, and this is about this Stenhouse and Bush incident and Ron Miller, surprisingly enough. So I
wasn't involved in that.
Well, here we go.
Hammer Down hotline.
I just want to say, after watching the NASCAR All-Star race and watching Ricky Stenhouse knock the Skittles right out of Kyle Busch, that I'm thinking maybe that's what we're missing in the local short track scene nowadays, with all these younger drivers just running over each other and running over other people and just not respecting anybody. Maybe we need to have somebody like Ronnie Miller just walk through the pits and just start knocking the Skittles out of people. What do y'all think? I'll hang up and listen.
What do you think? Is that something you would do? You're going to go walk through the pits and knock the Skittles out of people?
Quite a few years ago, somebody came down, thought that I had raced him wrong, and he said, "Come on, old man, we're going." I was even old back then, but come on, old man, we're
younger than you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're going out in the parking lot and have at it. I said, that ain't going to happen. I said, those folks have paid good money. We're going on the front stretch and watch this old man kick the crap out of you.
And?
He walked away mumbling.
Oh, this is disappointing. So what do you think? Do you think you need more? And then I had another text, a late one that was kind of like, what you had mentioned was, what happened to the Have At It boys?
Yeah, that was exactly it,
What happened to that? Have at it, boys, but just don't punch? I don't know.
Yeah, you can go...
Have at it on the track, just not in the pits.
You can go yell, and don't do that again. Oh, come on. If they're going to have at it, let them have at it.
So it's either all or nothing.
WWE.
That's all fake. I'm sorry, kids. That's what ruined it for me. I used to be into wrestling when I was a kid. Then I found out it was fake, and I was like,
oh, no.
So yeah, actually, we'd be interested in your opinion on what's going on. Should they be full-on have at it, or should they be penalizing these guys for having at it?
Racetracks are adamant anymore that you don't go to someone else's pit.
Yeah.
You don't fight.
Let us know in the comments or text or call. Leave us a message after the show, 419-318-3081. That is the Hammer Down hotline.
Stenhouse said he was going to wreck Busch this week. Busch's race car didn't do anything. The guys in the pits didn't do anything. But those are the guys that'll pay the penalty if that car gets wrecked. Going down and addressing the issue makes a lot of sense.
I think Chris Mize has the, isn't that the Earl Baltas thing? Fight in the pits, $200 fine, 2-week suspension. On the front stretch, get $200 extra in payout.
There you go.
There you go. That was your thing, too.
That's it.
I agree. It's a show. Let's do that. Yeah, nice. Let's give away some pizza. How about we do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so then we can go do some timings.
How many?
Last week's How Many was how many stocks versus trucks at Fremont on Saturday, plus Dominator Super Stocks at Oakshade on Saturday, plus the Super Stocks at Eldora on Saturday. All of them did not rain. I mean, they all ran. None of them rained out. So there were 22, 38, and 25. 22 at Fremont, 38 at Oakshade.
That's 60.
And 25 at Eldora.
That's 85.
That is 85 exactly.
And you said 92?
No, I guessed well, you guessed 48.
Yeah, well, I
picked 49 just to be safe.
I was expecting.
But my real guess was 90, so I was about 5 off. I was a little too much there.
I was expecting some precipitation.
Yeah, surprisingly, it wasn't too bad.
No, it really wasn't.
And we did have a tie.
Ooh.
We had 2 people guess 86.
Okay.
So we're going to have to spin the Big D's pizza wheel to determine this week's winner. So
Who it is?
It is.
All right.
Hold on, I gotta get this. There we go. Had to make sure I'm sharing the right thing. James and Fa.
All right.
So here we go for this week's Big D's pizza.
All right.
It's going to be Fa. He sent me a picture in Victory Lane, too. It's in Dusky, yeah.
All right.
He's having a good week. Congratulations. You got yourself a free pizza courtesy of Big D's Pizza. You have 30 days to claim that. So get with Big D's or Dean Henry. He'll get you all set up with that. And this week's How Many, and a chance to win a Big D's Pizza, is going to be right here. How many Valvoline American late model Ironman Series cars will be at Attica on Friday night? Plus, how many will be at Oakshade on Saturday?
Ooh, this could be a toughie, Scott.
And it's not different drivers. So if Devin Shields is at Attica on Friday, and then Devin is at...
He's 2.
That would be 2, yes, not 1. So say they have 25 total at Attica Friday night, 25 total on Saturday at Oakshade, then your guess would be 50. I'm guessing that's probably not going to be a good guess, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So put your guess in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. We'll give you until 5 o'clock on Friday. 5 o'clock Eastern on Friday.
Sounds good.
To get your guess in. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, you can feel free to find the live broadcast video and get your guess in, so you don't have to be left out there. So I have to pick first, don't I?
You do.
Man, 56 to 82. There's a pretty big... Let's see. We had 26. I've actually, because I'm an admin on the Oakshade Facebook page, I've seen some messages coming from certain people. So I know some people that are coming.
Oh, I think it's going to be
there's a lot of people interested.
Really big.
Well, that's 10,000 to win if you get both.
Yeah, and the big if.
If, yeah, that's true. So, shoot, I'm going to say 35 at Oakshade and 31 there. So what's that, 66?
Yeah.
Going to 66. What do you got, Ron?
I'm just wondering if weather is going to factor in. That's all.
Well, that's right. We have the weekend weather pit stop coming up, and you know that more than I do.
I'm going one under you, Scott. I hate to do it because I think you're. If it doesn't rain, I think your number is low by maybe 15.
But you're going under? Still?
I'm going under.
Oh, you're going with the weather.
I'm going with the weather.
All right, we'll see. Again, you have till 5 o'clock to get your guests in. Let's check out.
Now, if we were playing for a pizza,
then you might. Here's this weekend's Big D's Pizza Racing.
This weekend's Big D's Pizza Racing menu.
This is a big weekend for racing.
It is.
A lot of racing you have every night. Four nights of racing this weekend. Right. Starting with tomorrow, Friday night, Toledo Speedway. It's Kids Night, Scout Night, the National Compact Touring Series, the Ohio Wheelman Series, and Factory Stocks, and the 500 Series Enduro, all in action. The gates open at 4:30, racing at 7, $16 general admission there at Toledo Speedway. Lima Land Friday night, Memorial Cup night, featuring the Great Lakes Super Sprints, UMP Modifieds, Thunder Stocks, gates at 5, racing at 7:30, general admission $15 there at Lima Land. Attica Raceway Park, it's RPM Performance Parts, Norwalk Concrete, Etna Supply Night with the 410s, the American Late Model Ironman Series, 5,000 to win there, and 305 Sprints, gates open at 3, racing at 7:45, general admission $20. Saturday night, a lot of tracks in action, Flat Rock Speedway, the Joy Fair 100.
Ooh.
Outlaw Super Late Models, Street Stocks, 50-lap figure eights, gates open at 4:30, racing at 7, general admission $26 there up at Flat Rock. Sandusky Speedway, they have the CRS trucks, Outlaw Supers, the Pure Stocks, Renegades, Beginner Stocks, and the All-American Iron. Gates open at 4, racing at 7, general admission $15 at Sandusky Speedway. Fremont Speedway, it's Murphy Tractor Night / Double Down Showdown with the double features. 410 Sprints, 305 Sprints, and the dirt trucks. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $20. Oakshade Raceway, 35th annual Barney Oldfield Night. It is early. Usually it's middle of June. Now it's Memorial Day weekend. It's also an American Late Model Ironman Series event. 5,000 to win. DCR Graphics Sportsman, Dominator Superstocks also in action. Compacts will be off, so just the 3 classes at Oakshade this weekend. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission $15. Butler Motor Speedway, it's the James Perkins Memorial. 410 Sprints, UMP Modified, Street Stocks, 4 cylinders, gates open at 4, racing at 7:30, $15 there as well. And Eldora Speedway, Family Fireworks Night, USAC D2 Midgets. Wait a minute, is this from last week? Did I forget to take that off? Is Eldora in action? I got to look that up now because I don't trust myself. Because sometimes I'm an idiot and I forget to delete things from the previous week, because that sounds a lot like last week. This weekend is they are off this weekend, so that was.
Don't go to Eldora, folks.
Nothing going on at Eldora Saturday night. Sorry about that. Thought that was a little strange. Waynesfield Raceway Park on Sunday. It's your only Sunday race. Salute to our military night, featuring the Great Lakes Super Sprints, Modifieds, Dirt Track Truck Series, and Compacts. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $20. And veterans with an ID card get in free, so that's pretty cool. And then Monday, big show Monday at Fremont Speedway, Sealmaster Rick Ferkel, the Ohio Traveler Tribute with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series Sprints. Gates open at 4, racing at 7, general admission $35 there at Fremont on Monday. How are we looking for the weather? What's the weekend weather pit stop for our local action?
Scott,
I haven't seen this forecast, so I don't even know.
It's a big question mark. It's 35-40% Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I think we're going to be good unless one of those thunderstorms hit. And, boy, I'm telling you, if one of them hits, it'll be really, really wet.
That'll be bad. Yeah. Like North Wilkesboro wet?
Yeah, well, not quite. But the heat and humidity have kind of played into it. If you haven't noticed, it's been pretty warm this week. And if one of those thunderstorms hit, it could be bad.
All right. Other series action this weekend.
Wait. What was that? One more giveaway?
Well, hold on. Well, before we do that,
Okay.
last chance to get in for the custom car design for the Hammer Down Racing computer game.
A $20 value.
Hashtag DCR. Get that in because we're going to do that drawing here very shortly.
But please don't get in if you're not going to do some iRacing.
Correct. What is Dean says? One more giveaway. The first one that can name who the Hank brothers are back in the day gets one free pizza. Well, I'll let Dean you put that in the comments, and then we'll let Dean handle that because I don't know the answer. Other series action this weekend, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the 11th Annual Cowboy Classic tonight, the tribute to Don and Billy Gibson tomorrow night, and the 32nd Annual Show Me 100 on Saturday at Lucas Oil Speedway over there in Missouri. The Kubota High Limit Racing Series, they have the Bob Weikart Memorial at Port Royal Speedway on Saturday and Sunday, and then Grandview Speedway in Pennsylvania on Tuesday night, May 28th. World of Outlaws in action, the World of Outlaw Kate's Construction Equipment late models, that is, at Elkin, or the Elkin Late Model Showdown at the Ultimate Motorsports and RV Park in Elkin, North Carolina. That is Friday and Saturday night. World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series at the Extreme Atomic Showdown at Atomic Speedway on Friday and Saturday night. So I guess they get Sunday off, and then they're at Fremont. Arca Menard Series in action at Charlotte, the General Tire 150. That's Friday night, 6 o'clock. That's on FS1. Truck Series in action, the North Carolina Education Lottery 200 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Also Friday night. That'll be at 8:30 on FS1. NASCAR Xfinity Series, the Bet MGM 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's Saturday, 1 o'clock on Fox. The 108th running of the Indianapolis 500 from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway will be Sunday. Coverage starts at 11 o'clock on NBC. I believe the race actually starts about 12:45. Cup Series, NASCAR Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. Make sure to tune in for that. Watch Ricky Stenhouse dump Kyle Busch. See if that happens. That's Sunday night, 6 o'clock. That'll be broadcast on Fox. They may push the start back, I guess, because they may try and accommodate Kyle Larson.
That'd be cool.
A little bit. I think they did that with the All-Star race. They pushed it back, even though he was there in plenty of time. But they may push the start back a little bit. I saw they were trying to work with the TV partners and everybody. And finally, Castrol Flow Racing Night in America. That's going to be at Macon Speedway in Illinois Tuesday night, May 28th.
Little 500 Anderson, Indiana. That's this weekend,
is that,
too.
Saturday?
Yeah, 500 laps on a quarter-mile high-bank paved track.
What are those?
11 rows of 33 cars.
Are they sprints or are they...
Sprints.
Okay, I thought... Yeah, wingless sprints, right?
No, winged sprints.
Are they winged?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think.
I thought they were wingless. Ohio Sports Split says a little 500. There you go. So that is it for your weekend race action. Let's draw for a winner here find out who's going to be the first winner of the custom car design for this video game, courtesy of DCR Graphics. Share the screen here. Bring up that. Share. All right, here we go. Drawing for custom car design, a late model or modified in that video game. $20 value.
Hold your breath.
Josh Shanauer.
There we go.
Congratulations. You are the winner of that. We'll have Dale from DCR Graphics get a hold of you to work out what kind of car you would like made for that.
And Josh, I have no problem if you do a late model and it looks like the Stars and Stripes 35.
What about that black 15Y? You might be a fan of him.
Well, he might be, but...
Or a blue number 8,
you know? That's not a late model. I mean, you could turn it into a late model. But the 35 is already a late model.
Yes. Is that still for sale?
Yes.
Okay. No bites? We're trying to sell some truck equipment at work and just nobody's buying anything.
I haven't pushed it. I haven't updated anything. I'll just let the weeds grow through it until I decide to put a motor back in it.
Oh, wait. What? You could return to late model racing?
I didn't say late model.
Or sportsman?
Well, there's just a whole lot of options.
I'm trying to pull some information out.
There's just a lot of options out there, Scott.
Thanks to associate producer Dave Kimmer, contributors John Young, Matt Swander, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube. You can also listen to us anytime on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check out HammerdownRacingReport.com for anything you need to know. Thanks to our sponsors, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dittman Motorsports, Magic Moment Entertainment, Victory Fuel, the official drink of the Hammer Down Racing Report. And thanks to this week's guest, Mr. Bryan Sebetto. Next week, that late model roundtable special episode. I don't know if we'll have all the regular features. We'll do giveaways still. We'll still have that, but we'll see how that goes. If you're a late model driver, you're interested, track official, you're interested in sharing your opinions and getting involved in this, get a hold of myself or Ron. And
Dean Henry's still looking to give away that pizza. If you can identify the first name of the two Hank brothers.
Hank Williams?
That
I don't know anybody named Hank.
They started out working on Gug Keegan's sprint cars. Very interesting.
Okay, well, you guys keep going in the comments. That's fine.
And you can keep putting it in the comments till the cows come home.
There you go. So we'll be back next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Have a wonderful weekend. Get out and support some local tracks. Plenty to choose from this weekend.
Great weekend to do it.
Absolutely. We'll see you next Thursday. Have a good weekend. Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
It's not really happy. It's more of a somber Memorial
Enjoy
Day.
your weekend.
Enjoy your weekend. There we go. That's better. We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.